We're in Dartmouth for an evening cruise on the Kingswear Castle, arranged by the Paddle Steamer Preservation Society and the Steamboat Association are invited guests. And the answer to the question earlier today, the toilet is on board on the Kingswear Castle. A few people knew that, but we had all sorts of different answers. And it's a beautiful evening for it. Queuing up to get on board. A few minutes and we should be away. Now we're all on board now. Should be moving off in a few minutes. Fantastic evening for it. Kingswear over in the distance there. Got a few yachts coming in for the night. Very pretty looking with the painted houses.
Thank you very much for your support, and I'm only too happy to see the sunshine has obliged, and the rain clouds of this morning have departed. Enjoy the cruise. I'm going to say just a few words later on about the proposed rebuild of Kingswear Castle, but I think many of you know that any proceeds from this evening's cruise go towards the fund that is being built up for the ship's rebuild. More of that, as I say, just later on. We're not going to do a commentary during the sailing. We're going to allow you to enjoy the scenery of the River Dart. So again, thank you for supporting us. Enjoy the evening.
Right.
Learn like that, it's the way it stays in, isn't it?
The head ropes come off by the look of it, so we'll be away any minute. Should get a blast on the whistle, I should think. There we are. And we're away. The beat of the paddles in the background. What a wonderful way to spend a summer's evening. Well,
a very good evening, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome aboard our lovely historic Paddle Steamer Kingswear Castle for your evening cruise. As Chris said, we are going to leave you a bit of peace and quiet this evening, but I do have to give you the safety announcement before we get much further. Now, that is nothing to worry about. It's just to inform you of the life-saving apparatus. It comes in the form of life rafts, life rings and life jackets. It's all spread evenly around the boat. Life jackets are found in clearly marked lockers and box seating. In the highly unlikely event of the emergency happening, you'll be noted by 7 or more short blasts on the ship's whistle. On hearing this, we do ask you please to remain calm, remain seated, and basically follow the instructions of the crew, and we'll get you ashore as quickly and as safely as possible. Throughout the cruise, you are more than welcome to walk around this lovely boat, and please be very careful going up and down any of these stairs on board. Please be very careful of the clearly marked trip hazards. Now, you may be glad to know, as of last Monday, it isn't compulsory to wear your face coverings on the journey, but we do just highly recommend you just pop them on if you are venturing down into the bar or the toilets. So basically just be mindful of one another and enjoy your evening around the or evening cruise around the river. The bar is open now. It's down the very large hatchway in front of the wheelhouse here. It's down there where you'll find either Tony or Jamie serving tea, coffee, hot chocolate, beers, spirits, wines, ales, soft drinks and a few light snacks. One little bit of news about the bar, I'm afraid. We are in the West Country after all, and we're not quite up to scratch with the rest of the country when it comes to technology. So we haven't actually got the facilities for a card machine. We don't get very good signal along the river, so the bar, I'm afraid, is cash only. And anything you do purchase on the bar, you are more than welcome to bring back to your seats. Or we ask you please use the bins provided for any litter you may have. It's also down in the bar area you'll find the toilets. These come in the form of 2 galvanised buckets. Naturally, the pink bucket is for the ladies. As Chris said, we are going to leave you in peace and quiet, but if you do have any questions about anything you see or the boat you're on, please don't hesitate to approach a member of staff. There is 5 of us on board the boat here today, or this evening. My name's Damien, I'm your skipper. Up in the wheelhouse with me at the moment is our engineer Dan. Don't worry, he should be in the engine room, but we have got an apprentice down there, so we are in safe hands. George is down in the engine room, and then Jamie and Tony are in the bar. We'll do our very best to answer any of the questions you may have, but if you do answer something we don't know, we're all extremely good at making stuff up. So folks, sit back, relax and enjoy the sunshine. If I see anything out of the ordinary or any wildlife, I will point it out to you, but just sit back, relax and enjoy your evening.
Dave Biss is with us tonight and he's just going to say a few words.
I couldn't hear from that far away. Anyway, lovely sunny summer's evening. It's the Steamboat Association and the Paddle Steamer Preservation Society.
Kingswear Castle. We're just making a turn now to the harbour entrance, and we'll be making our way upriver. I think we're going up as far as Stoke Gabriel tonight. A little bit lumpy out here.
engine was built in 1904 at Cox & Co in Falmouth. It predates Titanic, which set sail on the 10th of April 1912 and sank shortly after. It's 117 years old and it's a compound steam engine, double acting, diagonal.
And how many of these are still working in the world? Are they? I mean,
This is the only one.
the only one.
Well, actually,
They're all slightly different.
So, yeah, they're all slightly different. So there's the Waverley up in Scotland. She's a triple expansion engine, so she's got 3 cylinders.
All right.
But she's oil fired, so it's very similar. She has a much larger engine
Right.
on the same profile, so it's diagonally run up to the paddle wheel.
Yeah.
But she has 3 cylinders
Okay.
and 2 boilers, great big boilers. She's a much bigger ship. She can.
And is it converted to oil, or was it oil?
They did convert it to oil, so she would have been coal originally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it's a lot cheaper, a lot cleaner. So that's our claim to fame. Our claim to fame is that we're the only coal-fired paddle steamer.
And no conversion. I mean, clearly repairs along the way, but what?
So there are. We have obviously over the years we've had to work on the engine. There's bearings that need.
And they're individual bits machined individually.
Yeah, it's all very much. There's nothing on the shelf.
Something goes wrong. You've got to go.
If that breaks, we've got to take that to a machinist and say we need that. It needs to be exactly the same. There's no. Nothing on the shelf. This one.
Well, they've probably got easier over the years now with CDC machines, and
it is a lot easier. Although finding the right skill set for the job can prove to be quite hard. We have got a little company that we use just outside of Newton Abbot, and they've been absolutely amazing so far. And there's also a big steamworks just inside Birmingham, Tidesley Steamworks. They've done a lot of work for me over the years. They had that valve gear I took up last year, they machined that. They had I sent the air pump up there, they did some work to that. They also made this big plate here. There was actually a crack in this cylinder. So this was put on to support that crack. And they've also recast this cylinder.
Wow.
Which we're hoping to, in the near future, change out for a new cylinder, new piston. The rods will probably stay the same, but we'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
How many revs a minute is that running at?
So at the moment,
Roughly,
we should be between 33 and 36 RPM. Hang on, no, we've dropped down, so about 28 now. Between 28 and 30.
Yeah, super.
Thereabouts. You see the little round door at the front. This is that little round door, basically. So we've got 40 tubes this side, 40 tubes that side. And if you look towards the back there, you can see the combustion chamber at the back, which is behind the brick wall. That's basically the size of this. The heat and the fumes and the gases of the fire go into that combustion chamber, up through the tubes this way, and then up the funnel, and that's what heats the water. The water is around those tubes, and obviously the furnace tube is surrounded by the water as well. The boat can hold 4 tons of coal. A bunk to that side, a bunk to this side. We burn roughly half a ton of coal a day, depending on what trips we. We'll probably burn a little bit more today because of the trip that we've done this evening. But normally on a normal day, we burn about half a ton.
Where's the coal come from?
It's Welsh steam coal. Obviously, we work for the railway, the Kingswear steam railway. So it's loaded onto wagons at Painted Station. It's sent down the track, and then in Kingswear Station there's a wagon at the end of the track for us, and then we have to wheelbarrow it from that truck by hand down onto the boat. It takes tough going. Yeah, it is very much.
And that Welsh continue to produce that coal because there's a whole heap of stuff about.
Sadly,
are we gonna go?
Sadly, I believe the last Welsh coal mine has shut down.
So you've got to find somewhere else.
There is plenty of Russian coal. There is plenty of Polish coal. There is even a new mine that's just opened up outside the New Forest.
Okay.
I believe there's one on the English side of the Scottish border, but I don't know how true that is. There will be a point where the government says, right, that's it, no more coal.
One of the challenges you've got to use, I'm not an expert on coal, the Welsh coal is good quality, whereas some of the
Welsh coal
Polish and stuff
so we've tried a variety on here. We've had Northumbrian coal, which was absolutely amazing in the boiler, but it was so smoky out the funnel. Big, thick, black clouds of smoke. But it was really good in the boiler. I mean, the heat from it was brilliant. You had to use more of it because it was very small, slaty bits of coal.
Okay.
So yeah, it was not. You see what Welsh? Yeah, it's very slaty, very thin coal. Whereas Welsh is quite soft, quite as you can see, it's quite crystallised almost. And Welsh is by far the best. The way that Welsh burns, especially when it's good quality Welsh, is it lights quickly, it blooms, it kind of flowers out. I don't know if you'll see it from here. You can see on the left there, you can see it's all kind of flat.
Anyway,
but the Welsh.
Good luck with finding decent supplies.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
I'm intrigued with this.
So this is a funnel damper. So in the funnel is a flap.
Oh, I see.
So this closes the flap.
Ah, right, okay.
And opens the flap. And then we control. So the airflow is through the funnel damper and through these dampers here. We control the airflow.
Right.
Great.
That's it.
Very much.
Thank you very much. Very interesting.
25 years since the ship had a major rebuild, and as you can guess, if you're running a ship, it's always advisable to keep ahead of the game in terms of the ship's maintenance and general structure. So over the next 3 winters, that's the winter of 21-22, 23-24, the ship is going to be rebuilt in 3 phases by the Dark River Boats engineers and experts and Old Mill Creek, the yard where she goes, of course, for her winter refit. So I thought you would like to know that, and we do have a leaflet with an appeal for funds for the rebuild. All the profits from this evening's sailing go to the Kingswear Castle Rebuild Fund, and we should have made probably something like £1,200, £1,300 this evening, for which my grateful thanks to you. I promised to plug the bar, which of course is down the companionway forward. Tony is pointing the way, and I think in a moment he'll be offering discounts or something, but anyway, no, he's not doing that. But anyway, just to say that the bar is open, and I know a number of you already patronised it, but again, all this adds, of course, to the income of the evening. And on sale, actually, on the servery are a couple of souvenirs, one of which is associated with my name, the story of Kingswear Castle's life DVD, which I made 4 or 5 years ago with a filmmaker up in Southampton. But there you are. I do hope that you are enjoying the sailing. I hope that explaining the plans for the rebuild put the story of the ship in context. And of course, our huge congratulations to the crew for the way the ship is maintained. She's looking absolutely magnificent.
Just coming down back past Greenway Quay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it is. It's freezing. What you do next is if you want to go down.
Interesting looking vessel there. Kingswear looking lovely in the autumn, in the evening light. And we'll soon be landing back in Dartmouth.
David and the crew. I'll leave that just for the moment. But just to say, as you leave the steamer, we're going to give you, or have the opportunity of picking up a leaflet of the rebuild appeal. And we would like you to have a look at the leaflet and give it your attention, as it were. I've explained the importance of the need to rebuild the ship during the next few years to ensure that she sails on for the next quarter of a century. Very important. And another announcement, the Paddle Steamer Preservation Society Wessex and Dale branch have arranged a party booking on the steamer on Saturday the 25th of September for the 1:30 harbour cruise. Everyone on board is most welcome to join us on that day. If you have friends, you have relations, if you're part of the progress group, do mention Saturday the 25th of September. I've got a leaflet here just to remind you of the date. Not only a harbour cruise, but afterwards, afternoon tea over at the Royal Dark Yacht Club. So there's an opportunity at the end of the season to sail on the steamer and to meet people of similar thinking at Royal Dark Yacht Club for afternoon tea. So again, my thanks to you for your support this evening, and what a wonderful evening it has been. Thanks so much.
Kingswear Castle going back to her mooring at the end of the day.